team, I hope you're all well. Today I'm going to tell you my September TBR. I am taking part in a few readathons this month, so because your girl has real FOMO, and my aim this month is to try and get through quite a few of my arcs that I've got, whether they be physical or e-arcs from NetGalley. I am really behind on my arcs and I'm feeling really bad about it, so I really want to get on top of them. I hate requesting more arcs when I've got a load that I need to be getting through, so I want to get quite on top of them. I should be making my 30 for 30 TBR priority as well, but alas I haven't. This I'm not going to be doing in September unless I feel like picking it up. My mood has been very weird with my reading recently, so I don't know, we will see. So the readathons that I'll be doing are Mythothon, which is a month-long readathon; Colourathon, which is from the 1st to the 7th of September; Nameathon, which is 16th to the 22nd, and then Contemporaryathon, which is the 23rd to the 29th of September. So really looking forward to those. There's like a 1 week gap there where I'm not taking part necessarily in a readathon, but what I have inevitably done is Mythothon is a bingo board, which I will show when I'm going through it in a minute, but I have like drawn this into my bullet journal for the month of September, and I have selected a book for every single prompt on that board. So there are 25 prompts in total because it's a 5x5 board, and I have picked a book for all of them. Now what I've done for the other readathons is I've made those books fit within those readathons so that it sort of assists me to get through them. It makes sense in my head. I am an overachiever. I'm not sorry at all. However, for the Mythothon, what I am going to go through, there are several ways of doing this. So Mythothon is done in such a way that there is a bingo board. I will show it here, and there are several ways in which you can do this. You can do a line across, so 5 across, 5 down, 5 diagonal. You can do it that kind of way, or you can just go for the 9 world prompts, which are the blue ones in the middle. You can just tackle the 9 world prompts, or you can tackle the gods around the outside, which are the yellow ones. So I'm just going to go for a line, and I'm going to go for the line across the top, and no particular reasoning for it at all, other than that I really want to read these books, not kind of more than the others, but I just really want to read them. So also they don't necessarily fit in some of the other prompts, so that's what we're going to do. I think this top line for me actually is all, apart from one book, they are all arcs, so that will be a really good achievement if I can get through those. So the first one for me is Huggin and Munnin, I think that's how you pronounce it. Odin's Ravens, Thoughts and Memories. Read a book set in the past. So the book I'm going to go for is called Love Unscripted. This is by Owen Nichols, and I have been sent this by Headline Publishing. So this came out on the 22nd of August. This is a finished copy, so thank you very much to Headline for sending me this. Very generous, and I really appreciate it. Very excited to give this a read. And this starts off set in the past, so this is following a projectionist called Nick who loves the big screen, and he obviously is a projectionist. He works at this place, and in 2008 he meets Ellie. And then a few years later, 2012, Ellie's moved out and Nick's trying to find out where it all went wrong. Lovely contemporary to start me off on the Mythothon. So I'm really looking forward to that. The cover of this is gorgeous, and it's a gorgeous like yellow under the cover as well. Really beautiful. Very excited about it. So it's not necessarily specifically set in the past, but it starts off set in the past, so it goes. Odin, god of wisdom and magic. He is also Thor's dad. Read a non-fiction book. I'm going to be reading Confessions of a Bookseller by Sean Bithell. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, Sean. I am sorry. Last year I read his debut novel, which is The Diary of a Bookseller, and I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. I do have the physical copy. I haven't got it to show you, but Confessions of a Bookseller came out either the 22nd or the 27th of August, can't remember, but at the very end of August, and I'm really excited to get to it. Thank you very much to NetGalley and the publishers for sending me this over. Very excited. I think I'm going to love it. I went to go to visit Sean's shop in Wigtown, and it was such a beautiful shop. We spent hours in there. It was amazing. Unfortunately Sean wasn't in, he was sunning himself in the Bahamas, so that was a shame because I took my book in the hope that I could get it signed, but alas he wasn't there, so I might try and visit again next time. Maybe I'll have 2 books for him to sign, who knows, but I'm really looking forward to it. Then Thor, God of Thunder, is to read a book that's made a lot of noise, it's hyped, it's controversial, etc. I'm going for a hyped book, and I'm going to go for Girls of Storm and Shadow by Natasha Young. This is the second in the Girls of Paper and Fire series, and this is continuing to follow Lee, our main character, who is in a world in which there are 3 castes. There are paper castes, I should know what the other ones are. There's moon caste, so paper caste is full human. There is one that is half human, half demon. I can't remember the name of them. And then there's a moon caste who is full demon. So our main character Lee, she is paper caste, and she's taken away from her family. This is in the first book. She's taken away from her family to go be a concubine, one of 9, but usually one of 8. To be a concubine for the Demon King. So she doesn't, obviously she doesn't want to go. The higher end families want their daughters to be doing this because it is a privilege to be doing it, apparently. There are problems with that, obviously. However, this is really well done. I don't want to spoil what happened at the end, as I'm not fully sure. This is just going to obviously carry on following Lee and what has happened, I'm assuming, straight off the bat from the first book. So I'm really excited. I am currently rereading Girls of Paper and Fire. This will come up in the TBR in a second, but I am excited for it. I can't wait. Thank you very much to the publishers Hodder and Stoughton. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much to Hodder for sending me this. I really appreciate it. This will come out in November. I'm not fully sure. 5th of November. Remember the 5th of November. So yeah, really looking forward to that one as well. Then Frigg is Goddess of Beauty, Love, Fertility and Fate. Read a book with fantasy or magical element. I'm going to go for a book whose sleeve just cannot sit still. Merciful Crow by Margaret Owen. This I am really looking forward to. I nearly spoiled where this came from then, I apologise. This I'm really looking forward to. I'm very excited to get to it. I'm not fully sure exactly what happens, but this is following a young girl called Fee, and she can draw magic from dead witches' teeth. It sounds really, really gross, because who wants to play with dead witches' teeth? But also very, very good. I'm very excited. There's obviously, I think there's a prince in here as well that can do something with crows. I'm not fully sure the ins and outs of it, but I'm really looking forward to it. Also, this book, despite being a hardback, the pages are like super floppy. I'm very excited about it. There's also a really, really gorgeous map in here as well. So yeah, very excited about that. And then Sleep Near, I don't know, an 8-legged horse, which is intriguing in itself. Read a book about an animal or with an animal on the cover. So I'm going to go for Kingdom of Souls. This comes out on the 19th of September, so it'd be great to get this finished before then. It would be really, really good. I am already part way through. I'm on page 28. I started this last month and I just didn't finish it. This month, just didn't finish it. The month of August, just to confuse everybody, the month of August I started this. I didn't finish it, obviously. I didn't carry on with it, to be honest. I put it down, I didn't carry on. And I've obviously got it tabbed up for like every 50 pages to help me get through. This follows a young girl called Aria. This follows a young girl called Aria, whose grandmother is one of the most powerful witch doctors around at that time. It's set in West Africa, and it has got magic in it. Her dad's like a witch doctor, her mum's a witch doctor, but she seems to be struggling to get the magic to call to her. So she's getting to a point now where she's sort of like in the last year at which it will happen, otherwise she will just not be a witch doctor. And I don't really know what happens at that point. I'm only 28 pages in, so I'm not sure how exactly this goes, but I'm really looking forward to it. Her grandmother seems to think she's going to be one of the most powerful witch doctors ever, but at this point she's struggling. It is a struggle for her. Again, there are teeth involved. They're sitting with teeth around the neck. I don't understand the teeth thing. Why are we pulling magic from teeth? I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. So that was my Mythothon readathon. Now I'm not going to tell you where these other books sort of fit in with the Mythothon because we'll be here all day otherwise, but I will just go through each readathon and tell you which books they are, but just they will sort of cover prompts in the Mythothon as well. So for the colourathon, which is the 1st to the 7th of September, you need to read books with certain colours of covers, certain covers in colours. I don't know which way around that's supposed to go. Anyway, so a book with a blue cover, I'm going to read Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. This is the Trials of Morrigan Crow. I have already started this again. I don't know what's wrong with me at the moment. I just don't know. Page 23 I'm up to. Again, I have tabbed this off for every 50 pages, and yeah, I really want to carry on with this. Obviously it's got a blue cover, so I am really looking forward to it. Enjoying it so far, but obviously not very far in. The chapters are very, very long though. A book with a pink cover, I'm going for Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Young. This is a reread for me. I have already read it, but I just wanted to go through it again before I started reading Girls of Storm and Shadow. So although it is kind of like multicoloured on the front, it's got pink sprayed edges, so that's why I'm going for it. I'm very excited. Again, I have started this. I am 56 pages in. I cannot help myself. I don't know what's wrong. I'm just in such a really weird mood. There is one book that I want to read at the moment. That's it. Just one book that I really want to read, and I can't get it out of my head. And I think until I read it, I will be like this, where I'm picking a book up and then I'm putting it down. I'm picking a different book up, and I'm halfway through about 10 different books at the moment. It's ridiculous. I'm never like this. So I'm trying to get through them. It is chaos. Yellow, I'm going for Our Stop by Laura Jane. This is a arc, and I'm not sure when this came out. It may have been... There it is, 8th of August it came out, so I am behind with this one. I apologise, but thank you to HarperCollins for sending me this over. It is actually Avon, which is like a company associated with Harper, but yeah, thank you to them for sending me this over. I am looking forward to this. This is a contemporary. This is following two characters, Nadia and Daniel, who are, I'm assuming they regularly come across each other, but not often. I don't know. I think she's running late one day. No, they won't come across each other. She's running late one day and she ends up getting on his train and they end up coming across each other. I don't know where it's going. I don't know if that's true. I apologise if it's not, but that's what I'm guessing from it. Green, I'm going to go for Thunderhead, which is the second in the Arca Scythe series. I've read Scythe earlier on this year, end of last year, can't remember. This is Neil Schusterman, and the Toll comes out, I think it's October, but it could be November, I can't remember. I am shit at this. How am I even a booktuber? So I'm really looking forward to this. I do have this on audio. It should be very good. This is a world in which there is no such thing as just dying. You don't die by accident. You don't die by old age. The Scythes decide when you die, and we started off in Scythe following two young, like youngish kids-ish that ended up becoming apprentice Scythes. They don't want to be apprentice Scythes, but they end up being put up against each other and trying to battle for who's going to win to become a Scythe. If you don't win, I think you and your family die. That's what if I'm remembering that correctly. If I'm not, please let me know in the comments down below. I apologise. I am all over the show. Thunder Scythe? No. I can't even. What is going on? Thunderhead. Red. I'm going for Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I've took the dust jacket off because guess what? I'm partway through. I'm on page 89. I got distracted one afternoon and I've just not picked it up since. I'm halfway through a chapter. Like, how annoying is that? I never get halfway through a chapter. I always stop at a chapter. So annoying. I was going to listen to this on audio. I listened to Stranger Dreamer on audio, really enjoyed it, but I was going to listen to this on audio, but I'm enjoying tabbing it up actually. I saw Brittany from Brittany the Bibliophile tabbing this up, and it looked really enjoyable, so I really want to just go through it and tab it up. But I don't know whether I'm going to get this done in the 1 week, because obviously these books are just for a week. So we'll see, but if not, I am going to carry on with it throughout the month. We'll see. White, I've got The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Again, this is a reread for me. There is a few people rereading or reading for the first time this series because Queen of Nothing comes out in November, and I'm very, very excited. I cannot wait. This is personalised because I met Holly in February, and I've got Wicked King also personalised, and I'm very, very excited. So, reading that one. And then Orange, finally, I've got When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandhya Menon. I'm apologise, that's terrible. It is orange. I have been meaning to read this for ages and ages and ages. I think I did a swap with somebody for this, or I might have bought it off somebody off Twitter. I can't remember. But I'm looking forward to giving this a read. Again, I do have this on audio, so it's an option for an audiobook. We'll see. Nameathon runs from the 16th to 22nd of September. This is done in such a way where there is a chart. I will show it here. And there are 2 prompts for every letter of the alphabet. So there's 26 letters in the alphabet. I'm fairly certain there are. If there's not, I don't know who I am right now. So there are 52, oh no, 52 prompts that, you know, that you can go for. So I have decided, the idea is you spell your name with the prompts, like, and pick a book for the prompts, spell your name. You can do your name, your nickname, your handle, whatever you want to do. So I'm just going for Steph because we'll be here all week. That's the whole point, it's a week long. We'll be here forever if it's Stephanie or Steph Loves. So we're just going to go for Steph. So for S, it was red cover or rom-com. I'm going for red cover, and I'm going to read The Bookshop of Broken Hearted. Show cover here. All of these books are e-arcs. I don't own any of them. They are all from NetGalley. So that's really, really good. I'm really proud of myself for it. So I do have this on audio. It's already come out. It is on Audible. I'm very excited. It's not a very long one at all. So I'm looking forward to it. Then for T, there is released in 2018 or Hero on the cover. I'm going for released in 2018. And we're going to be reading Shadow of the Fox. I have not read it. Very excited to do so. Also on Scribd. For E, we can go for Enemies to Lovers or green on the cover. We're going to go for green on the cover. We're going to go for Sea Witch Rising, which is the second in the Sea Witch series. I read Sea Witch last month and I really, really enjoyed it. I have since passed that on to Gav from Gavin Hetherington because he really, really wanted a hardback copy of it because he has a hardback finished copy of Sea Witch Rising. So I sent that over to him because the only copy he had was a paperback one. So he's got the matching set now, which is really, really nice. So I am going to be listening to this again on Scribd. It is on there, so very, very lucky. P is sports romance or cute kids, single parents. So I'm going to be going for, oh dear, Shine a Light. Fucking hell. I'm gonna go for Why Mummy Doesn't Give a Shit. I think it's called Why Mummy Doesn't Give a Shit. Like, the actual end word is completely blanked out, so it could be Why Mummy Doesn't Give a Fuck. It could be Why Mummy Doesn't Give a Shit. I'm not sure. This is by Jill somebody or other. I apologise, I'll leave a picture here. I again have this on audio. I have it on NetGalley as well. So I shall show a picture of the cover here. And then finally for H, I can pick a rom-com or red cover. So same prompts again that were for S. So I'm going to go for rom-com this time. I'm going to go for the Christmas holiday because again, this is another e-arc that I own that I need to get through. So, and I quite fancy a Christmas to read because why the frig not? Also, it fits one of the prompts in here, so makes sense. And then Contemporaryathon runs 23rd to 29th of September. So the prompts in this are 2019 release, which actually all of these, is it all of them? Is this one a 29 release? I think it might be, you know. Yes, it is. So all of the books except for one are 29 releases for me. So these three plus another one that I don't own yet are all 29 releases. Number 2, yellow on the cover, I am going for The Bookshop on the Shore by Jenny Colgan. Again, I started this a couple months ago and I haven't continued with it. I am currently at page 94, so I am part way through. I need to finish it off. Then number 3, diverse contemporary outside of own experience. So I'm going to go for Birthday by Meredith Russo. I've been meaning to read this for ages. This is outside of my own experience. This has a trans character in it, I believe, that's in the process of going through the process of transitioning. This follows Eric and also Morgan, who are best friends. They have been since they were kids, since the day they were born, and it follows them on one day of the year for approximately, is it about 6 years? I can't remember, from the age of 13. So it just follows them on their birthday every year for a few years to see the changes between them, between their friendship, between them as people, and it just follows them on this journey, and I believe it's so good. I'm very excited. But obviously outside of my own experiences, I haven't experienced transitioning or somebody in my life that has done, so it will be really nice to sort of read it and see what it's like to go through and have a friend that's going through that. It'd be really good. I'm looking forward to reading that. Number 4, illustrated cover. I'm going to be reading With the Fire on High. I don't own it yet. I have won it from Read First, which is the first book I've ever won from them, so that's nice. I've only just recently signed up, so I'm looking forward to that. I've been wanting to read it for so long. This is by Elizabeth Hayes Fido, and I really loved The Poet X that I read earlier on this year, later on last year. I can't even remember. I don't know. The years are just blending. I have no idea what day it is. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Then I've got number 5, Dark or Hard Hitting. I'm going to be rereading When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalanithi. This is following a doctor whom becomes a patient. He ends up with cancer, and his life. It starts off telling you about his life as a doctor, and then it starts to tell you how he ends up transitioning to becoming a patient, finding out he's got cancer, becoming a patient, trying to work at the same time as being a patient, trying to have a family with his wife while being a patient with cancer. So it's amazing. I cried the first time I ever read this. It was so beautiful, and I've just very recently not been able to stop thinking about it, so I really want to reread it, so I'm very excited to give this a reread. Number 6 is Plants on the Cover, so I'm going to be reading Photos of You by Tammy Robinson. Again, this is following a young girl who ends up with cancer. She has had cancer before, she's beaten it, and now she's just found out that she's got terminal cancer. She is dying. The one thing that she's ever wanted to do is to get married. So she plans her wedding. She's nobody to marry. She's single. She's a single girl. So she's nobody to marry. She's planning her wedding with the backup of her family and friends, and romance ensues. We will see how this goes. My best friend has read this before me. I was sent this by the publisher. Thank you very much to them, and I really appreciate it. I just haven't gotten around to reading it yet. I'm really looking forward to it. She said she cried her eyes out. She isn't an avid reader, but when she reads, she can read pretty fast if she's enjoying the book. So she got through this in the space of a couple of days, I think, and she said she cried her eyes out. It broke her heart. So I'm really excited to give this a read. And then number 7, beloved by a member of your book community, so shout out. So I'm going to go for this With the Fire on High, so I'm going to double up on this one, and I'm going to shout out to BooksAndLala. She really enjoyed this. She gave it 5 stars, so I'm really looking forward to it again for that reason. Very excited. So those are the readathons I'm taking part in. The majority of those books, not all of them, but the majority of them will fit prompts for the Mythothon, which if you watch my I'm hoping to get back into doing my weekly reading vlogs, and I'm really hoping to stick to them in September, so that if I do, you will know where the prompts fit in, because I will let you know as I'm going along. But there are a couple of other books that I really want to get to this month that will fit prompts for these, that I just want to let you know about. So I'm really wanting to get to sorry, I just threw a piece of paper on the floor I didn't realise was there. I really want to get to Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This is the 3rd in the Harry Potter series. I've been reading the illustrated editions, and they're so cute. I have not even finished Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets yet. Today is currently the 31st of August, so better get a shufty on. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to giving this a read. It's my favourite one in the series. I bloody love Prisoner of Azkaban because I'm obsessed with Sirius Black. I adore him. He is amazing. So yes, very excited about this. I also love the Night Bus as well, so I'm very excited to pick this up. How many times could I be more excited about it? I'm also going to pick up this poetry collection called Read Me, a poem a day for the National Year of Reading. I have no idea who. Oh, this is by like a bazillion different authors, and this is literally, it's very old. I found it at my mum and dad's. It was first published in 1998. And this from September 1st onwards throughout the year. It has a poem a day, and it has some of my favourite poems from being a child. My mum used to read this to me all the time. So it's battered, it's well loved, and I'm so excited. I was talking to my mum and dad about poetry the other day, and I was like, one of my favourite poems ever is it called The Sound Collector? Kind of dog-eared. That's me, that, as a child, going, oh, I like this one, let's dog-ear. I never dog-ear. The Sound Collector, yeah, I love it. 16th of November it is for. So I am looking forward to giving this a read as well. It also fits a prompt for, sorry, I just got a really sore eye, I'm so tired. It also fits a prompt for the Mythothon, so it's another reason I'm reading it. But yes, I'm very excited about all the books I want to read this month. As usual, I am trying to overachieve, and I cannot stop. But it's a problem. I shall check back in with you on my weekly vlogs. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that these go okay, and I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. Please let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these. You think there's some that I should make more of a priority than others. I am planning on reading them all, but we will see, because I say this every month and it never friggin' happens. So I'll keep you posted either way, but I shall see you next time. Bye for now.